Okay, so as you all can see on your screen, so this is how the balance sheets look like. Balance sheet ಅಲ್ಲಿ basically ಇದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಏನು assets ಮತ್ತೆ liabilities. Assets ಮತ್ತೆ liabilities. Liability ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದ್ರವ್ಯತೆ, asset ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಸ್ತಿ. ಆಸ್ತಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ದ್ರವ್ಯತೆ. So basically the balance sheet of a bank shows us whether the bank is running in profit or loss. So profit ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಾ ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಇಂದ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So there will be basically two columns like this, wherein you'll have assets and the other column will be of liabilities, right? This is what is balance sheet. So now under this we will be studying each of these components of assets and liabilities individually, right? One or two lines on each, right? And this is how you have to write answer in your exam. So you may get a question on this 6 mark ಅಥವಾ 10 mark question ಬರ್ಬೋದು ಈ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಇಂದ. ಸೊ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಯುಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ದಿಸ್. ಅವಾಗ ಈ ತರ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತರ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಅ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಪುಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ you can explain each of these points, right? So first and the foremost important point under asset will be your what loans and advances what the banks are giving, right? Loans ಅದು ಒಂದು ಅಸೆಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅದು ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅದು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿನ ಮನಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಲೋನ್ ಕೊಡೋದು. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ asset of banks, right? And under liabilities what you can put is, I'm giving you the simple examples, right, first, and then after we'll look at all others as well. So under liabilities, the simple example can be of the deposits what banks are keeping with them. So deposits num money adu alva, customers money. So we are going and keeping our money in the banks, right, in the form of deposits like time deposits, a saving account, or it can be current account, current deposits or saving deposits like this, right? So all those deposits are our money, right, which the bank is holding and the bank is supposed to give it back to us, right? So that becomes the liability of the bank, right? So these are two simple examples under these assets and liabilities, and there are many more as well. We'll look at each one of them. So I'll just quickly give you a glance over whatever we're going to study under assets and liabilities. So under assets, as you all can see, it is what? Cash is also an asset of banks. Cash like currency, coins, so liquid cash irodu adu assets, okay? Then receivables, what the bank is supposed to receive, that is an asset. Inventories, machines allela hakirodu ದುಡ್ಡು, so that is also asset. Prepaids, whatever it is, like paid it at advance, that is also asset. Then land ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು, buildings ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು, the building in which the bank has set up its bank, right? So that is an asset. Equipment, so fixtures, intangibles, all these are assets, right? Then liability side ali notes payable, what the bank is supposed to pay. Then accounts payable, currency maturities, accruals, long-term debt, common stock, paid in capital, and retained earning. We'll study each one of them. There's one more table here, like that is a bit confusing. This one you can refer. This is a very simple one. Yeah. Assets. On asset side, it is cash. The second asset is balances with central bank and other banks. Money at call money ಓದಿದ್ವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ ನಾವು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್, ಅದೇ that is an asset, okay, of bank. Money at call, whatever bank is holding money at all, I mean it has advanced the money or given the money under call money, that becomes a asset of money, asset of a bank, right? Bills discounted, purchased, investment made, then loans, advances, cash credits, and overdrafts. So this is also asset of bank. Liabilities of customer for acceptance, endorsement, and other obligation. Property, furniture, fixture, less depreciations. Profit and loss. Okay, all these are assets. Liability side ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ, share capital ಅಂದ್ರೆ the, you know, people investing in the shares of bank. So that is share capital. This, the bank is supposed to give it back to the people, right? Whoever are investing in their share, right? So that is the liability. Reserve fund andre ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ they are supposed to keep some reserves, right? So that is their liability. Deposits andre num money, what we are keeping it there. General public, whatever they're keeping it, right? Borrowings from other banks. Banks must have borrowed from other banks. That also bank is supposed to give it back. Bills payable, bills for collections, acceptance, endorsement, and other obligations, contingent liabilities, and profit and loss. So we'll look at each one of them right now. Okay, so commercial bank. Balance sheets of commercial bank, right? So the balance sheet of a commercial bank provides a picture of its functioning. So in introduction, you can write these points. So what does the balance sheet of a commercial bank provide us? It provides us the picture of its functioning as to how is it functioning, whether it is under loss or under profit. The ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ balance sheet ನೋಡಿದಾಗ, right? So it's a statement which shows its assets and liabilities on a particular date at the end of 1 year. So it is always calculated at the end of 1 year, right? Yearly once ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Then the assets are shown on the right hand side. This you must remember, assets on the right hand sides and the liabilities on the left hand sides of a balance sheet. As in the case of company, the assets and liabilities of a bank must balance sheet, which every commercial bank in India is required to publish once in a year, is shown as under. So it's always one sheet once in a year, and the balance sheet must always balance, right? Balance ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ we can you know, we can learn that there is something wrong with the bank if it is not balancing, right? So it must always balance. Then, okay, we'll analyze how the assets and the liabilities side of a bank looks like. Right? So first we'll look at the asset side. Assets. Assets andre asti, bank in asti, right? So the first item under asset is the assets of a bank are those items. First, you need to understand what is asset, right? As I've told you, assets of a bank are those items from which it receives income and profit, right? So this is idu asti alva. So idrinda, like, assets are those items from which the bank will receive some income and profit, right? So that is asset. The first item on the asset side is the cash in liquid. Cash, as we saw in the table, we saw the cash as the first item, right? So cash in liquid form andre, which is right now in your hand, which can be, you know, readily used now for your transaction, right? Liquid form consisting of coins and currency notes lying in the reserve with it and in its branches, right? This is certain percentage of its total liabilities which it is required to keep by law. Cash reserves do not yield income to the bank but are essentials to satisfy the claims of deposit. So basically cash reserves in the bank ಗೆ ಏನು income sigala, but it is important for bank to keep it. For why is it important for bank to keep it? Can anyone tell me? Why is it important for bank to keep the cash?
For the transaction.
For the transaction, right? For the money what the bank is holding of depositors, right? The depositors like those who are having current deposits with the bank, they can anytime come and ask, right? What did we study under current deposit? That they can anytime come and ask the bank for the money, right? And the bank is obliged to pay that money to the bank, right? And I mean to the customers, to the depositors. So this is the reason bank is supposed to keep some cash with them always. Cash can be in the form of coins or currency notes, right? And the banks do not earn any income on that, right? As it is not investing it anywhere, so it will not be earning any income on it, right? Interest rate yaru kodalla ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ, because it is holding it with themselves, right? Now the second item is in the form of balances with central bank and other banks. Now there's one more thing, there's one more rule, okay, which says that the public sector banks, these commercial banks which are of public sector, are supposed to keep a part of their assets with central bank, right? In the form of reserves. CRR ಮತ್ತೆ SLR ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಓದಿರ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು. I mean, at least you must have heard of it, right? CLR and SLR, right? So these are basically the reserves of commercial banks with the central bank, that is RBI. Okay, it is the commercial banks are supposed to keep a part of their reserves with central bank. This is basically for safety, for the safety of customers. So in case if the bank is running bank run, that means if it is running under loss, then even during that time the consumers money will be safe with the central bank, right? So this will be kept with the central bank, that is RBI, right? The consumers money, at least a part of their money, can be paid back to the consumers from here, right? So this is the reason the banks are supposed to keep some money with the RBI, and this becomes another asset. This is basically the money of commercial banks, right? When it is going to RBI's hands, then it is basically the money of commercial banks, right? Till it is in the hands of commercial bank, it becomes a liability of commercial bank. Once it goes in the hands of RBI, see, it is basically, say, our customers money with the bank. So till it is with the commercial banks, it remains as a liability of the commercial bank. But once it goes to RBI, it becomes a asset of commercial banks, right? So the second item is in the form of balances with the central bank and other bank. The commercial banks are required to keep a certain percentage of their item and demand deposit with the central bank. They are the assets of the bank because it can be withdrawn from them in cash in case of emergency or when the seasonal demand for cash is high, right? Anytime the commercial bank can go and ask central bank for it whenever there's an emergency, right? Now the third item under the asset is money at call or call money. We just studied about it, yes, in our yesterday's class. So we also studied that call money is also called as notice money at the, right? So it means that in a short notice, by giving just a short notice, you can get back your money whichever you've lent, right? So this is also another asset of the commercial banks. So the third item is money at call and short notice, relates to very short term loans advanced to bill brokers, discount houses and acceptance houses. They are repayable on demand. So they are repayable on demand bank can anytime demand for those money and can get it back, right, within 15 days. So we saw the time period alva. Time period nodidvi. Short money denittu, short notice, it was 14 days, right? So you need to give a notice of notice earlier to 14 days, and only after 14 days, on the 15th day, you can get back your money, right? So within 15 days, the banks charge low rate of interest on these loans. Low rate of interest, as it is a short notice money, right? So anytime it can be asked for. So those money which can be asked for anytime is always you know, there the interest rate will always be low, right, on these loans. So with this, we complete this third item, that is call or short notice. Money at call or short notice, right? Now we'll look at the fourth item. Fourth item yaudu? It is fourth item of assets relates to bill discounted and purchased. So we have studied this under functions of banks, right? So we saw that discounting of bill anta ಒಂದು ಇದ್ದಿತ್ತು function of bank, right? So bills discounted and purchased is another asset of bank. So the bank earns profit by discounting bills of exchange. We also saw how is it earning profit? When it is discounting the bills of exchange, it is charging some commission, right? We saw that if the bill of exchange is of 1,000 rupee, then bank will charge some commission for discounting it, say some 25 75 rupees or so, right? So that becomes a profit. Again, this is a profit of bank, so this becomes an asset, right? So the banks earn profit by discounting bills of exchange and treasury bills. We also have studied about treasury bill in our last class, right? We saw there are three types of treasury bill, if you can remember. Can you name those? ಯಾವ three types ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ ಈಗ? ನೆನ್ನೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. Treasury bills are of three types. It is under bill market, the second component of the what, money market, treasury bills. So there are three types of treasury bills. So we saw one is of 3 months, the other one is of 6 months, and the other one is of 1 year, right?
Yeah.
These are the three types of treasury bills, right? So instead of months, we have kept it in terms of, I think, days, right? We have kept it in terms of days. We saw it is of 91 days, the other one is of 182 days or something like this, 365 days, right? So this is for your simplicity. I've converted those days into months. So treasury bills. So this is another asset of the banks, right? By discounting bills of exchange and treasury bills of 90 days duration. So here we're discussing about treasury bills of 90 days. That is 3 months, right? Almost 3 months. So some bills of exchange are accepted by commercial banks on behalf of its customers, which it can be ultimately purchased. They are a liability, but they are included under assets because the bank can get them rediscounted from the central bank in case of need. So it becomes both a, some bills of exchange are also a liability of bank. So it becomes both a liability and an asset, right? Then fifth item under asset. So the fifth item is investments by the bank in government securities. So this is another asset of bank. Investment by the bank in government securities, right? government securities, state bonds, and industrial shares. It's a fixed income to the banks. So these are basically, bonds and all are like promissory notes or a paper itself with a promise that you will get back this money on so and so date with so and so interest rate, right? So this is basically used for investment. It can be used also by general public. We can also go and invest our money in government securities, bonds, industrial shares, and same is the case with banks. Banks can also invest their money here, right? So this is another asset of banks. It will fetch banks a higher interest. There is always a higher interest paid on this, and it earns a good fixed income. Okay, there's also fixed income. There's also like security of interest rate. I mean, money, security of money that you will not lose this money at any cost, right? As it is in the hands of government, so anytime you will get it back. State bond, right? The bank can sell its securities when there is a need for more cash. So bank can sell those securities, whatever it is holding, and can get money at any time it requires, right? The sixth item. Now we have to look at the sixth item. Sixth item, and the most important and easy item, is relating to loans and advances. So this is something which you are all familiar with, right? The loans what the banks are giving is another asset of the bank, right? Because it is the money of bank, right? Loans what the banks are giving it is the money of bank, right? So it
Yeah.
becomes the asset of banks, right? So
Yes.
loans and advances is the most profitable source of bank, and you must also remember that it is most profitable because the banks charge a higher interest rate, at a higher interest rate, right, than the bank rate. So this is the highest interest rate. I mean, banks make a lot of profit out of the loans and advances what it is giving, because they charge very high interest rate on these loans when compared to other forms of investment, right? Okay, now the bank make advances on the basis of cash, credits, and overdraft and loan. Okay, this is about loan again, the previous point. Loans on the basis
Mhm.
of recognized securities. Now we shall look at the seventh item. Seventh item is what are included liabilities of the bank's customers, which the bank has accepted and endorsed on their behalf. So these are basically the liabilities of the bank's customers. What the customers are supposed to pay it back to the banks, right? Customers to the banks. That is another asset of the banks. Liabilities of, so it becomes a liability to the customer and an asset to the bank, right? This you must remember. Which the bank has accepted and endorsed on their behalf. They are assets of the banks because they are the assets of bank because the liabilities of customers remain in the custody of the bank. The bank charges a nominal commission. So how is it making a profit? It is charging a nominal commission rate, right? Or a service charge, we can say, for all the acceptances and endorsement, which is a source of income, right? Then the eighth item under the assets relates to the value of permanent assets. This is eighth item is nothing but the permanent asset. What is a permanent asset of the bank? In the form of property ಅಲ್ಲಿ invest ಮಾಡಿರೋದು, that is another permanent asset of the bank, right? Furniture ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಸೆಟಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ, ಒಂದು ಜಾಗ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದ್ರ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿಸೋದು. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ರೈಟ್? furniture, fixtures, etc. So they are shown in balance sheet after allowing for a depreciation every year. So this is showing after allowing for depreciation. What is depreciation? What do you understand by this word depreciation?
This is every year there is a deduction in the
Data.
fix.
Right, right.
For
Because
example,
this is
every year.
yeah, this is a maintenance charge, we can say. Every year they
Yeah.
need some money, right, to maintain all these things. ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಆದ್ರೆ ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್ they need to get it repaired, so all that becomes a maintenance money, and that is always deducted every year. How much ever money you are spending for maintaining it, that is always deducted, and then after the total money will be included every year, right? Then the last item includes profits retained by the bank after paying corporation tax and profits to the shareholders. The last item ಯಾವುದು profits retained by last profit ಏನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ after paying what corporation tax. So banks also need to pay some tax, right? Corporation tax and profits to the shareholder. Now the bank is also supposed to give back shareholders profit, right? ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿನ ಶೇರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಮನಿ, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದ ಮನಿ ಇಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, that is also included under the asset side of the bank. So with this we have completed the asset part of the bank. So any doubts so far? I think for today the time is also up. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, we'll quickly revise and then we will wind it up. We'll look at the liability side in our next class. Any doubts?
Clear, ma'am.
No? Okay, so the point is this part is clear, right? Asset part. Till now, you have been following.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then we'll just quickly revise the asset part. Doubt idya, Bhutte sir? Asset side. Clear ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇದು? Cash
Madam.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಮೇಡಮ್.
Okay, receivables, inventories, prepaid, land, building. Actually now ಈಗ ಓದಿರೋದು ಈ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ, this table. Assets. Okay, we have just studied about cash, right? If you all can remember. Then the balances with the central bank and other banks, right? This is the asset part. Remember whatever we have studied now, we are just quickly revising. Any point you haven't understood here, you can ask me. Balances with the central bank and other banks. Then we also saw money at call and short notice money. This is another asset. Then we saw the bills discounted and purchased, right? Then the investment made by the bank. It can be in government securities, bonds, state bonds, ella nodidvi alva. Then we saw loans ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು, banks loans ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು, bank loans, advances, cash credits and overdrafts. So these are the ways of giving loans, right? Overdraft is one way of giving a loan, right? Then the liabilities of the customers for acceptance, endorsement and other obligations. This is another asset of the commercial bank. Then investment in property investment ಮಾಡಿರೋದು, furniture, fixtures, less depreciation. You need to deduct depreciation here from this amount, right? And that becomes the asset of the bank. Then lastly, profit and loss. So profit after paying the share of the shareholders and corporation tax ಮತ್ತೆ shareholderದು ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ನ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ರೈಟ್? So this is the asset side of the banks, commercial banks. Any doubts? Next class we'll look at the liability side. Okay, then we'll stop here.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you all. We'll see you all in the next class. We'll see this liabilities.